thought it was the end, but God said keep reading. I've been knocked down more times than I can say. Rolled my tears on the pages of yesterday. I saw closed doors and dreams laid low. Thought the ink was dry on the life I know. But my story isn't over. No, the pen's still in his hand. What looks like the last chapter is just where mercy stands. I may not see the ending, but I know the author, and my story isn't over. No, my story isn't over. I heard voices say, boy, you done messed up. Counted on my scars, said that's enough. But grace came whispering through a midnight prayer. Said I ain't finished, I'm still working there. My story isn't over, God ain't done with me. He's still turning broken pages into testimony. What the enemy called failure, he calls altar. My story isn't over, no, my story isn't over. Philippians 1 and 6 says it loud and clear. He who started this work ain't quitting here. If he began it in mercy, he'll finish it in grace. Every tear I cry still got a place. Hey. Walked through valleys, didn't know my way. But valleys don't cancel what heaven say. Storms write footnotes, pain writes lines, but the promise still shines between the times. My story isn't over, I'm still being made. What I thought was the ending was a turn in the page. He's still shaping purpose from my disorder. My story isn't over, no, my story isn't over. If you're still breathing, God's still writing. If you're still hoping, He's still working. I ain't what I was, and I ain't there yet, but I trust the hand that ain't failed me yet. From ashes to oil, from shame to song, every chapter said, hold on, my story isn't over. Still got a few more lines. Every wound I carry, gonna testify. He's a God of endings and fresh starts over. My story isn't over, no, my story isn't over. One day I'll look back from glory's shore, see every broken moment was opening a door. What I couldn't understand, He already knew. The final chapter starts with made new. My story isn't over till He says it's done, till faith turns into sight and the victory's won. I'll keep trusting Jesus, my Savior, my holder. My story isn't over, no, my story